Hey guys, and thanks so much for joining me for another week of What's for Dinner. If you are new here, welcome, and if you are not, welcome back. I had the flu this week, so as you can hear probably, I am just getting over it now still, and I just needed some quick and easy dinners to put together because the flu is terrible, and I barely can move the whole week, so these were super easy and super delicious, so let's go ahead and get into it. Alright, so the first dinner this week is chili mac in the slow cooker. I guess you'd call it chili with just pasta and cheese in it. I did not put the pasta or the cheese on my little recipe board. I was sick and I wasn't really on the ball with these, so this happened a couple of times, but of course I will list the ingredients that I did use on the right hand side, even if they're not pictured. This was really good and super easy since I didn't have to boil the water for the pasta or anything, but I'll show you how I make it. So as you guys can see, I have a crock pot liner here. I actually got one from a friend to try it out. Wasn't the hugest fan, so I'm probably not going to use them, but I'm just putting everything into my crock pot, getting it all stirred up and combined together. Also, just want to point out, this was made so much easier by already having my already cooked ground beef. I actually made this, I was anticipating making slow cooker chili, so in my meal prep video, I did go ahead and cook up a ton of ground beef so I could have some for my lunches for the week and also for this. So at this point, I'm going to let this go for about 3.5 hours on high. Once that is all finished up, I'm going to go ahead and add my pasta in and give it a really good stir and make sure my pasta is underneath the liquid and let that go for about a half an hour, stirring occasionally. And then I'm going to add in my 2 cups of cheese and get all that mixed in, and that's pretty much it. So this is everything in the bowl here. I just added some sour cream, shredded cheese, and a little bit of dried parsley on top for color. And that was pretty much it. I didn't think we needed corn muffins because there's already pasta in there. So I just kind of left it as is because I'm, sick and not feeling it anyway. But yeah, this was pretty delicious and super easy. Alright, so tonight's dinner is going to be chicken in the slow cooker with some herb beef gravy. It's really good. I know it's meant for beef, but it's I really like the flavor of it, so I put it with chicken. So I'm making that in the slow cooker with some mashed potatoes and some confetti corn. And I'll show you guys how I put that together. So I've got my 3 chicken breasts here in the bottom of the crock pot, and I'm just seasoning that up. You will notice I'm only going to put 1 packet of gravy mix in. I saved the other one for later after I've shredded the chicken because I feel like that's what makes I feel like it tastes better that way. But I just did that and I put my chicken broth in there, and I'm just moving everything around and getting everything all incorporated. And I'm going to put this on high for about 3.5 hours. You can just put it on low for 6 or 7, but that's how I'm cooking it tonight. Alright, so now I'm going to go ahead and shred that chicken up and just do kind of chunking it up, not even really shredding it. I would say this is just chunking it. So I'm chunking it up in the bottom of the crock pot with that extra liquid. I'm adding in my 2nd packet of herb beef gravy. And if you feel like it's getting too thick, definitely don't be afraid to put a little bit of water in there. I've had to do that before too. So now while that's sitting, because I like the gravy to thicken up, I'm just putting in my finely chopped zucchini and peppers, and I'm going to get those going in the pan and saute them up and season them up. This is such an easy and quick side dish. I got this idea from Barefoot Contessa. She's on Food Network, and obviously hers was 10 times more amazing because she's amazing herself. But I just love this idea of the veggies and the corn, and it's just, it's delicious. I love this. So yeah, super quick to put together. It takes 2 seconds. I use canned corn because I'm not a perfect person. I don't have fresh corn in my fridge all the time. So, but yeah, this is pretty much it. Alright guys, so this is everything all plated up. This is such a delicious meal, and I always forget about this herb gravy chicken, and it is so good and so easy to put together. The confetti corn is so delicious, and of course mashed potatoes, you can't go wrong with that. So yeah, definitely a super good meal and definitely one of my favorites for the week. Speaking of favorites, this was definitely another favorite for me. It was just some chicken Alfredo with veggies in it. It was so good, you guys. Super delicious and super easy. So I'll go ahead and I'll show you how I make it. So I'm starting out with my chicken breast in the crock pot here. I did put like 1 turn of the slow cooker pan of chicken broth just to be sure that it didn't stick on the bottom. So I've got my Alfredo sauce and I filled the jar halfway up with chicken broth and put that in there. Put all my sliced veggies in there, stirred everything up, and let that go on high for 3.5 hours. So after the 3.5 hours is up, I'm just chunking up my chicken in the bottom there. Just smaller pieces, and I'm gonna go ahead and let that rest for, well, not rest, but like let it sit in the sauce for a little bit. And then I'm back now and I'm putting in my spinach at the last second here so it wilts down. It's just gonna be perfect. Oh, it was so good, you guys. Alright, so I got my chicken Alfredo here with all my delicious veggies on top of some linguine pasta. You guys, super delicious. Like, just looking at this, I'm like, I want this again. I've got it paired with some garlic breadsticks. I've really been liking these. I think they're from the New York brand. But anyway, this was super delicious, you guys. I definitely love this and so easy. Definitely try it out. Alright guys, hang in there. I know you see this ketchup on the board and you're just like, ew, but this is so good. I have it on Pinterest and I'll link the recipe below, but it called for ketchup and it's supposed to be honey garlic pork chops. I'm not feeling the honey garlic. I don't like taste it that much, but I do taste like this delicious sauce that I still can't believe like these ingredients made, but it's just awesome. So I'll show you how I made it. So right now I'm basically mixing up all of my wet ingredients, my ketchup, my honey, and my soy sauce. The honey is so difficult. I can't. Why is it so hard to get honey out of that little bear? I don't know. I don't understand. Does anybody else have a problem doing that? Like, maybe I was just weak because I was like flu ridden, but still. So I'm just stirring this all up, and I've got my onions and peppers that I put in the bottom of the slow cooker and placed my pork chops on top of, and I went ahead and covered that in the sauce that I just mixed up. So the only thing I will say about this is that I wish that I had doubled the sauce recipe. I felt like I wanted more of that flavor. Oh, there's the whisk that I dropped because my reflexes are not what they're supposed to be. They're bad enough as it is. When I had the flu, they're even worse. So, but yeah, I just wish that I had more of this sauce. I did end up putting a little cornstarch slurry together. Once I pulled out my pork chops here, those were in there for about 3 hours on high. So yeah, I just threw in a slurry there and let that go for about 20 minutes, not even 15 minutes, and it turned into a delicious sauce that I spooned over the pork chops, as you see here. With the finished plate, I've got some brown rice that I had in the freezer and also some broccoli that I had in the freezer. So 2 super easy sides, and this dish was so good. I really encourage you guys to try this. I don't know what the flavor was, but it was so good. Like, I loved it. It was really, really good. Alright guys, that is everything I have for you for my flu-ridden What's for Dinner video this week. I hope you're able to get some meal inspiration, some dinner inspiration out of this. But now I would like to ask you guys for some dinner inspiration. I've been talking back and forth with a few people in the comments on my previous videos, and you guys have shared with me some recipes that you make for your families. So I would love to see if you guys could just go ahead and comment your favorite slow cooker recipe, something that everybody in your house likes, or something that you make for your family, because Pinterest is great, but I love getting like real life recipes from you guys. So yeah, definitely can't wait for that. But I hope you guys like this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. I hope everybody has a blessed and awesome weekend, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye!